All right, friends, greetings and welcome to the Arcade Raiders podcast. This is episode 4. We're doing it live on the Extra Life event.
Live.
We are live and it's scary.
Live. Friends, this is what happens when you give Mixer partners a microphone and a little bit of an audience. I'm Skyrobi, one of your hosts for this duration. Next to me, to share in these shenanigans, I have AttackBurger and InsertCoinTheater. Fellas, how are you?
Yo.
I just watched a grown man play pinball with nudity.
It wasn't nudity. It was no nudity. It was censored. The game's rated M. It's partial nudity. Some complete nudity with no sensitive bits shown. Okay? Let's not judge me, all right?
Half of me says I want to see this, but the other half of me is like, I don't know about all that.
I would say if you want to dive into it, take a look. And we've got a donation. Thank you so much for that.
Nice. Guys, we are in the middle right now. We are in the middle of an Extra Life charity event for the kids. We have officially
Can I interrupt and say we just got $25 from Scurry Richmond. Richmond, thank you, dude. Much appreciated for the kids.
That is awesome, guys. We are up to $525. We have hit our goal. We're going to keep going. We've got one more day of this. We have tomorrow. So this is going to be great.
I have to start tomorrow.
That's
I
me.
had to be up so early this morning.
I will be on at 6 a.m. So
I was like, I know that Saturday is Reki and Tim Day, and I was like, I want to make sure Tim and Reki spend time together, or else Reki be sad, and I don't want Reki to be sad.
That's right. We don't want anybody to be sad because it's for the kids, right? This
Except
is for the kids.
Tim.
This is for the kids. So, again, guys, we're doing an Extra Life event, so feel free to hit that donation button. It's down to the bottom. This is our Arcade Raiders podcast, episode number 4. Every week, we like to take a look at things that are going around. We'd like to take look at things in the internet world, more specifically into video games, and a little bit into the streaming world, and just kind of explain, what we see about it, kind of give our take on things. Sometimes it gets silly. Sometimes it just gets, pretty real, depending on, what's going on, depending on the topic. Because let's face it, there's been a lot of really real topics lately in video games. Some really things that hit home between all of us. I've noticed, across the internet, specifically friends that I have, some big things that have kind of hit home to a lot of us. So without further ado, it's time for the Arcade Raider news with AttackBurger.
Guys, welcome to Arcade Raiders News. Tapper. Okay, we got some actual Arcade Raiders news. Arcade Raiders is open to open recruitment. Now, what does this mean? We're gonna have a little application for you guys to fill out. You guys want to do an Arcade Raiders. We're looking for talented streamers in general. If you think you guys want chops here, we do have the application right here. So pop in chat for you guys. And I think I'll send it to you later for your stuff, Skyrobi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom, right there.
That's right, friends. We're recruiting Arcade Raiders.
Right now. I mean,
Do it.
Come be friends with us.
I mean, who want to be friends with a guy that plays booby games, a guy that has a weird cat, and a science dude?
I'm feeling very personally attacked this podcast. I thought I was a guest here.
That would be a weird sitcom. Guy with jerk cat who just strokes the cat, pets the cat all day. Science guy blowing shit up over off the side here.
So that is our actual big news. We're doing this because we're hey, we want some more people to join Arcade Raiders. We had a little bit of a downfall. I'll admit that. But we're trying to pick ourselves up. We're trying to get more motivated, and we're kicking more ass now. So let's do it to it. Let's kick some more ass. So
taking names and taking ass.
I'm always taking ass. Okay, so our second big thing. Guys, it's been 3 weeks since Ninja departed Twitch for Mixer, and we, heard of in good terms, right? I think we all heard that.
Good terms, yeah.
I mean, beside the checkmark getting deleted from his Twitch streams.
The same day.
The same day, yeah, surprisingly.
Yep.
But last weekend, if you were on his channel, you would have got a 404 air page. And that would have led you to a recommendation. And the recommendation would lead you to, let's say it, you and brought the porn.
Hardcore pornography.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you typed in twitch.com/ninja that weekend, you would have saw boobies.
We're not just talking censored from a game, like a booby game. We're talking actual sexual intercourse.
Yep. This was fixed shortly, and his real channel brought back. Ninja made a statement on Twitter saying that over the last couple of weeks, we let some things slide.
Okay, we just had a $170 donation for Extra Life.
What?
Holy crap!
Jeez.
Well, it was anonymous, but thank you, anonymous. Holy
Thank you
geez.
so much for that.
Monster trucks, indeed. Wow.
Anonymous, thank you so much
for the kids. Dang, y'all.
This really fixed afterwards, and it said, that hey, we let things slide, but this has gone too far. They're pretty much taking my channel and destroying it. Even if he's offline, they were advertising this stuff. But it's only to his channel. Only to his channel. Over anyone that went offline. Over everyone's Twitter Mixer. Only him. CEO Emmett Shear of Twitch said, he took to Twitter and said he plotted Ninja, explain why they were doing it. They're trying something new, like experimenting by showing off recommended channels across Twitch content, including streamers' pages who are now offline. The company suspended the porn page in question and are taking a permanent break from doing this. Now, the big question is, where the fuck did we start this stuff? Where?
So I think what's frustrating, and Ninja handled this like a freaking champ.
100% agreed.
The way that he took it is he immediately went on the offensive with it rather than just playing damage control. He went on and said, "Hey, look, like I didn't have a problem when they took the check mark away. I didn't have a problem when they started listing recommended channels. I had a problem when they started putting pornography on there. My audience is mainly kids." And he was like really, really pissed about that. And so he was very clear, and he was very professional, which was awesome to see. He was super professional about it, and he was just like, this isn't cool, this isn't acceptable, like this is garbage, you guys need to stop doing that. And it was like the first time it really showed any real strain in the relationship between Ninja and Twitch, but Twitch came out looking like a jilted ex-lover. Like they were like throwing his dirty laundry out on the lawn, yelling obscenities at him, and he's just like, I left amicably, and they're like, no, you didn't. Get out of the house. So, yeah,
like in the end, this shouldn't happen at all. Like to anyone's channel, like to mine, yours, or anyone's Twitch channel. Like, would you like to see porn yourself? No. And to do this, I mean, the whole debate comes on like whose followers really are. Because I know Ninja said that he earned these followers. Are they really Twitch's followers or Ninja's? I mean, where do you guys stand on that one?
If you look at the follows he's gotten here on Mixer,
yeah,
they are his followers.
Yeah, they're his community, and the thing that really stuck with me is that was his brand. They always, all of the, one of the things you hear about when you become a partner streamer or when you work to be a partner streamer is brand. Build your brand, make your brand the way you want it. And he has built this damn empire. Like he has. This is an empire to me. He has built this empire, and he has this huge community. And to see that, I don't know if I would have played it as I would have been a lot more upset. I think I would have lost my mind. But I applaud him for the professionalism that he showed, because he did a Twitter video about it. Where he was like, "This is not acceptable. I'm sorry." He apologized, and he had every right. I don't know.
It was classy.
It was very classy. And when I saw it at first, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to this guy." But then I started thinking, how is that even making its way on anyway? For somebody that has the AI of, the creator, I guess. I don't know how to word that. How is that still happening? Like I think that's the thing that
pornography.
Yeah, like I know it's hard to prevent all of it.
So,
but there's got to be some sort of deep,
trolls.
Yeah, but there's got to be some sort of AI something that algorithms that can sense that.
So from my understanding, almost all moderation on Twitch is still manual.
Okay.
They don't have, outside of things like their moderation bot, they don't have any machine learning stuff like Mixer does, where it can, distinguish somebody who's playing, playing Fortnite and say they're in the top 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that kind of a machine learning can be applied to determining, if, there's sexy times going on a
Yeah.
stream and stuff like that, where Twitch does not have that, from my understanding. Which that
Okay.
may be conjecture, but that's what I've heard from people on the inside of the industry. So,
Yeah, that just seems like that's they all these bots that have the built-in language filters and stuff like that. That just seems like that would be like a base that stock thing that that prevents against that. That was my first thing. I was like, how is this stuff continuing to happen? I mean, Amazon knows everything about me, and so where is that AI? Where is that? Anyway, so I started thinking about that. But then I was like, he played it classy. I think he had every right, to defend his brand. And that's, like I said, they teach us, build your brand and have an empire. And he's done that. And that was, to me, that was a bad move on Twitch to put him down like that, in a sense.
Oh, yeah.
And to use his name, to say, hey, Ninja's not here anymore, but check out these fine Fortnite streamers. That's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of crappy. So, but yeah, that's my take on it. Thank you, Ninja, for being nice and polite and professional. And because that trickles on over to Mixer too, because showing that he's polite and respectful, that speaks volumes for this platform as well, I feel.
Yeah, for sure. I think Mixer made a really good choice, doing everything they could to get him to come over. But regardless of how much it cost them, I think the positive PR that he has brought to the site has probably paid for itself already.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Or at least will in the near future. It's been a really good thing. It's been really great for overall viewership on the site, and one of the big things is he brings a spend culture we never had on Mixer, which was a big problem, where Mixer was funding, and it's a bit tangential, but where Mixer was funding pretty much everything through Sparks, where partners would get Spark bonuses. So people associated Sparks with monetary support, and so they didn't feel the need to subscribe. They didn't feel the need to drop embers. And so with him, he brings the whole Twitch mentality of bits, or embers in our case, are the way to show support rather than just Sparks, which doesn't have any inherent monetary value and doesn't anymore. So even less so than before. So
yes, definitely.
Yeah,
and I honestly think like the reaction that we got from the powers that be was just a little like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, oh, I'm sorry.
It just felt like that, like the target Ninja only. This felt like a low blow to anyone. Yeah. And what can you do? Fucking nation and show that.
Exactly.
They want difference.
It looked really bad on for Twitch when they started doing that, because a lot of their big creators kind of started going, they're doing what now?
Yeah.
And I think it actually kind of plants the seeds of doubt that Twitch even has their interests at heart at all, much less creators first. Yeah.
It was definitely kind of just a kind of a crummy moment, I think. Just kind of a crummy moment in streaming, but he came out on top, I think. I think it's going to be good.
It's a learning experience. Like, the medium is still extremely young.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's a lot of growing to do, and it's funny that I feel like Twitch has the most growing to do in a lot of ways, in maturity and professionalism, and it's an interesting time, because like the mighty is losing ground. The big monopoly on streaming is losing ground to YouTube and Facebook and now Mixer. So what do they do? And they're kind of panicking, I think, is the problem. And so they do things like this, and then they come out looking even worse and lose even more ground. So it's an interesting time to be a part of the industry, or just be observing the industry from afar. It's really cool.
And I think we commented on last week too that with Mixer, we actually had this, like, their focus is pretty much not to have this shit happen.
Yeah.
Have this whole like porn aspect, have any of this whole like thing. It's on guidelines right away. So we kind of know, hey, this is not allowed. You will get gone. You'll be gone 2 seconds. And our support team is right on fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like Twitch support where it's like, hang on, let me get a manager.
Hold.
Let me get my other manager.
Well, a lot of interestingly, a lot of what you see on about controversy towards Mixer came up when Ninja made his move. If you remember,
Yeah.
everyone was saying, "Oh, well, they don't. You have to dress like a nun on Mixer if you want to be able to stream there and stuff like that," which was a whole bunch
Do I
of.
look like a nun? Do I
It
look
was
like
a
a
whole
nun?
bunch. It was funny because it was a whole bunch of petty people who were mad Ninja was leaving that had
It
never streamed on Mixer, who had never had any engagement with the platform, and they were unloading their own hangups and frustrations on the only little bit they could nitpick about Mixer. And if that's the worst they can find about Mixer, platform's doing pretty good in my opinion.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let's go on next story here. Okay, guys. Bioware is losing a great member of their team. Lead producer and the face of Anthem, Ben Irving, is leaving for another developer. We don't know the team he's leaving for, but he did make a farewell tweet. After 8 amazing years at Bioware, I've made a decision to move and accept another exciting opportunity at another game company. He also said in a tweet he's grateful for Bioware to have given him a chance to work on some projects, and he believes Anthem has a bright future, jokes aside. Also, he enjoyed interacting with the Anthem community and wishes nothing but the best for EA and vows to stick with the game, who vows to this game. So my question is, did Anthem really kill this guy off of BioWare?
I mean, can I be completely honest?
Oh,
Can I be open and honest here?
You can. This is a safe space, Tim.
I'm an EA game changer, but part of the deal with being an EA game changer is I'm a game changer for The Sims, but it doesn't mean that I have to say nice things about it. But I have to lead with that just because Anthem blows. It's not a good game.
I played through it. It got boring really fast.
I haven't touched it. I really haven't.
It's just not good.
It just didn't appeal to me. It did not appeal to me at all. I mean,
here's what you're missing out on, Sky. I'll give you the whole example of the game. I'm Iron Man with 3 other Iron Man. We're gonna go fly to this one area and hope the game's a crash.
More or less.
The end.
Yeah.
So, I feel like his leaving is probably less fueled by like a need or being pushed out, and more of it's probably fueled by the fact that the game kind of sucks and he's just like getting out before they start, before heads roll.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably. It sounds to me like he's making the smart move and getting out of there before it's too late.
Yeah.
Oh, hands down, man.
I think that's 100%. I think he's leaving. Like you said, because something's fixing to go down, or some heads are fixing to roll. I think that's more along the lines that heads are fixing to roll, and he's like, "Nah, I ain't gonna be me."
I think they're gonna shutter BioWare in the next couple years.
That's a shame.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That's a shame because that's what I said the other day. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was like, we should just buy BioWare. How much do you think it would cost?
Probably a few $1 billion.
Just to buy BioWare.
For the IPs and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just to hold on to it, But I think it's disappointing to see that because BioWare has made some amazing games, in the past, 30 years or so. Like, they've made some amazing products. And getting their hands into the money pot with EA and all that stuff is just, I don't know. It's frustrating because I love those games. I've played those games, and then Anthem was built up to be this huge thing, like the Destiny killer at first.
Yep.
The Destiny killer,
the looter shooter. That was gonna
change the world, and
I will change looter shooters as we knew it.
And I will say, just watching it, I thought the game was absolutely beautiful. Like, it looked amazing.
It was.
But you can only do so much. And then the other day I started thinking, what if this was just like kind of a precursor to the next Dragon Age? Like, they were just basically just building a game with an engine they were going to kind of move over to. Does that make sense? Am I...
it makes sense.
They were kind of ramping up to Dragon Age by building this game and trying to work on this specific, engine or whatever, and then they're just going to kind of translate it over. I don't know.
I think
disappointing.
I think Yahtzee says the best. Like, what was going on there? EA saw Destiny. It was like, I want that. BioWare, make that. And then BioWare made that. Like, no, I don't want that. Bad BioWare. So,
yeah, that's EA. That's what they do. They've been doing that since 1990, man. It sucks, but that's what happened with Maxis, and then they ended up shuttering that. Now, there still is a glimmer of hope because the next Dragon Age game has been announced and they're working on it. So if it's good and it succeeds, I'm sure BioWare will stick around. I think the big concern right now is that Anthem was because it's a new IP. I think that they get a little bit more wiggle room because it's new.
Yeah.
But the problem with EA is that they don't ever take a lessons learned. They just blame the studio and close it. So
yeah,
that's my concern because I love BioWare. They have some really, really great games.
Yeah, and that might be why Ben left. He might have saw that like, oh, this is what is fixing to happen, and nope, not gonna do that.
And for our fun headline, guys, now this week I could have talked about a lot of things coming soon. I could have. I mean, there's a lot. We got like exclusive looks at or ideas of hey, THQ Nordic making a new Saints Row, a new Dead Island, or bringing back Time Splitters. I could have told you at EA this is dropping a brand new Plants vs. Ground Warfare or a new Need for Speed. I mean, ooh, I know, right? In the down here, but no, I won't because there's bigger news. Nintendo first announced the Switch online services will involve NES games. Fans and diehards requested more of Nintendo's huge-ass library. Well, on the game forum Reset Air, one user noticed an FCC filing for a new wireless controller. Now, we didn't get a look at the front, but we got a look at the back, and it looks very similar to a Super Nintendo controller show. Logic dictates Super Nintendo on the Switch show. Of course, I'm sorry to say that, but at a Q&A with investors, Nintendo indicated they're looking to expand their Switch online library offerings, including, dare we say, some Nintendo games. Will this happen? What do you guys think? Do you think Super Nintendo will be good on Switch?
Yes. Super Nintendo will be coming to Switch, 100%. They would be crazy not to. I mean, I just think they'd be crazy not to. I mean, there's so many games. I think that distracts a lot from the Switch because there's so many good new games coming out for it. But it's going to happen.
My problem is that, and it will happen, but my problem is that Nintendo is always doing this, where they release a pretty decent back catalog of games, then they release a new console, and then it's not supported at all in the next console. And I'm getting kind of tired of that because I want to just be able to play the games that they release on the consoles across all the consoles. It's like almost too much to ask of them.
Yeah. They do that. And, I remember, when the Switch first came out, they were like, oh yeah, we're probably going to do it, but it might be a while and blah, blah. And we're like, we know you're going to do it, Nintendo. You're going to do it. At the end of the day,
off here. Come on.
At the end of the day, there's a lot of money with that, there's a lot of money at the end of the day for that. So, they're going to do it.
Yes.
If they do it, go ahead.
Do you think it'll be like the NES games where they include it as part of the online?
I think they do it. They gotta do that way.
I think that's it. I think what they might do is you might get like a few at a time, like they've been kind of doing. Like, was it like 2 or 3 new games added to the Nintendo library, and then like 2 or 3 SNES games added to the library. But on the flip side, I think they'll also do it where you can probably purchase them separately. I don't know. So here's the thing with the SNES. The game list for the SNES was huge. So much changed with the SNES. I mean, that's when you started getting a lot of the, the really heavy, was it Final Fantasy 6? Was it Super Mario RPG? You started getting a lot of stuff with the Super Nintendo. So that's where I'm kind of nervous.
There were a couple of really good Kirby games.
Yes.
The Zelda games.
Donkey Kong Country.
The good era fighting games pick up during that time. We had
Mario Kart. Original Mario Kart.
Yeah. I mean, you had so many. So the SNES to me has I'm thinking like an investor. Bringing those games back probably makes more money.
It does.
Well, pulls people into their online ecosystem, and they're trying to grow that. And who knows where that's going to go with their undisclosed details about their Microsoft partnership that they did long ago.
Are we suggesting that Super Nintendo on the Xbox Roo?
I doubt it.
I know, right?
Nintendo is so weird about their IP.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm putting
I'm
my
hopeful,
tinfoil
but-
hat on. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on for this one. Like, maybe, just maybe.
That's
You're dreaming.
Top 3
Dreaming.
games we're going to choose for that, guys. You guys want to go? Top 3 you want to see?
top 3 SNES games.
Like, what would you want to see on the Switch right now?
Chrono Trigger.
Unmodified, an uncrappy version of Chrono Trigger.
100%.
Yeah, an
Yeah.
original dump of Chrono Trigger.
Probably Final Fantasy VI. That'd be a good one. But see, I'm coming from the RPG aspect, so that, and then of course, probably basic, Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars was super good. There were some of the best RPGs of all time were on the SNES.
They were.
Yeah,
So-
hands down. No, you're right. It's like I said, that's how big the SNES was. It was huge. Those video games were just huge, and I think that financially they'd be crazy not to bring those back. But I think you'll probably see them, like we were saying, like in little bit of like chunks. Like okay, we're gonna release like 2 at a time or 3 at a time. Probably not more than that though. I wouldn't think.
Like, I'm okay with 2 at a time, but
Yeah.
this is exciting news. Like, oh my god, maybe we'll go down a list that has 64 and GameCube. So we can
Yes.
only hope so. We can only hope so.
Oh, but that'll be
we'll
10
see.
years from now, I'm sure.
See, the thing that kills me is that there is solid emulation out there for
There
GameCube
is.
games.
There is.
So why are they not pushing that more, or re-releases of GameCube games for the
Because
Switch?
Tim, I'll tell you why. Because screw you. That's why.
Well, I mean, we're also
That's such an. You're not even. The
You're
problem
right.
is that's not even a joke. That's
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
They're just like Nintendo will do what Nintendo does. They don't care what the consumer wants.
No.
They care about making. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but they do what they want to do regardless of whether it's popular or not.
Exactly. It's just like with them not dropping Zelda Breath of the Wild. Has that game ever dropped below $59.99?
It won't drop below $9.99 for like another 6 years.
No, exactly. It's not. It's not going to because
not until the sequel comes out, probably.
yeah, because Nintendo, like they're not going to like they can do what they want and they know they can.
Not until the last 2 years of Switch, they're like, you know what? Let's make a new console.
Yeah.
Well, here's my problem with the Switch Lite. Whenever they do an in between
Mm-hmm.
console, they either do 1 or 2 in between consoles, and then they release the new one within like 2 years of that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see a new console within the next couple of years,
For
I
sure.
think.
Oh yeah.
And it might be backwards compatible. That would be my hope, but I don't know.
I think we're gonna see a new console, but I think that they've hit it out of the park with this Switch thing.
The Switch
have.
Lite.
Yeah, no, the Switch, just the
Not-
Switch
not-
in general.
Oh, just
Like,
the Switch in
No,
general.
get the Switch Lite out
they
there. We don't
killed
talk
it.
about that here.
I think they're
Yeah.
just going to modify the Switch for like the next 10, 15 years. I really do. I think that this is just a huge home run for them.
Don't get me started on the Switch Lite. Let's not open the can of worms where Tim rants.
So before we move
Tim
on,
Rance.
since we're not doing the Switch Lite, I don't know if you guys heard, but this week they announced Gamestop that if you take your original OG Switch in
I
for
saw that.
$75, they will trade you for the new updated Switch. If you pay $75, they will trade it in and you get the new updated Switch with the better battery and all that good stuff.
I would, but I don't want to expend like a whole 2 days redownloading my games because there's no
yeah.
wire connection.
That's true. Yeah.
I am that lazy. Which I don't want to suffer.
No, it's
I waited 8
100%.
hours. 8 hours for Breath of the Wild download. 8 hours.
But they won't take mine because you remember how Nintendo said, "Oh, the cradle screen scratch is not a real thing." Bull. There's one there and there's one over here. Like, and they won't take it in. They said, "Oh, it's going to be 150 trade in." Then I was like, "Whatever." I don't think so. Joe.
So I would consider it, but I don't want to give GameStop my money.
There you go. That's another reason, kids.
I'm just kind of done with them. I mean, they killed one of my favorite companies in the universe, ThinkGeek.
ThinkGeek. Yeah.
They turned that into a GameStop entity, and I can't forgive them.
Yeah.
Also, they've been ripping off people for
Years.
10 plus years. So
Yeah.
And I can't use their bathroom. I know there's one back there.
Oh, there is one. There is a
Oh,
bathroom back
gosh.
there, but
Yeah.
they won't let customers
That's my
use
biggest
it.
problem.
All right, Burger, you can move on.
Okay, let's go to game releases, guys. Game release for week of August 19th. We got Rad. Remnant from the Asses. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of Duelist. Life is Strange, Episode 4. Oninaki, or something like that. Space Harrier.
Oninaki.
And Puyo Puyo. Those are both for the Switch. The end. Anything entice you?
Oninaki.
I might get a key for Oninaki.
Oh, same.
I
Oninaki looks
requested one
fantastic.
It does.
from Square Enix. So hopefully I'll get one. That would be fun.
The Enix is killing it right now.
Dude, Enix is going to kill everything this year.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. And next year.
Oninaki.
That's what's gonna... It's like we have this coming out, then when Sky finishes this, I'm like, you know what? It's time for some Final Fantasy VII eventually.
Yep.
Okay, and what at the end news, guys, with the free stuff, because who doesn't love free stuff? Guys, from the Epic Store till August 22nd, you can get Hyperlife Drifters and Mutant Year Zero. And with Xbox Games for Gold, you can get Forza Motorsport 6, which I think is picked up now because after September 15th, it's gone. And you got Castlevania Lords of Shadows. Anything entice you guys? Any of those 4 games entice you?
I grabbed them just in case. I always grab them. You know, the PlayStation, the PlayStation Plus, the Xbox Game Pass, or Xbox Games with Gold, sorry, and then Epic. I always grab the games, just throw them in my library.
Yeah.
Even if I don't play them, there's someday I might, or someday my son might be like, oh, what's this game about? You don't want to play it. So I always grab everything.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely picked up Hyperlife Drifters. I want to try that game out. But definitely try Mutant Year Zero. That one's pretty fun.
I haven't checked that one. A lot of people liked that game.
I got that on Epic as part of their thing, which, yeah, it looks interesting. I want to give it a go. I think I have it on Steam too, but Epic Game Store's been killing it lately, so I'm pretty stoked to get games on that, to be honest.
Yeah, there's been some good games there.
There has. And that's news this week, guys. We'll see y'all next week for more crap on my desk.
Crap from my desk.
Oh my gosh.
From the burger desk.
From the shit show.
That's what you named
From the
your
desk of the shit show.
This is... All right, this is the segment of the show which we take a letter from a note from a gamer or a follower, and we discuss a question or topic they provide to us. We try to answer the question. Hopefully, we can answer the question.
We try to answer the question. We usually don't.
Usually, it's just the side rants.
We're like, our favorite thing to talk about is not this question.
So we call this
we love to get on a tangent.
We call this the mailbag, or what kids today are calling electronic mail. This one is
high tech.
That's right.
Newfangled technology.
This one is from. You guys are crazy. This letter is from Miss SNES. She spelt a SNES with a 3, so that's pretty cool. Hey, Arcade Raiders. I love my gamer family and all of the friends I've made in my years through video games. This includes the characters in the games that have been like family to me. My question for you nerds is, who would be your video game family? Like your mom, your dad, your grandparents, siblings, etc. You guys are awesome and breathtaking. Less than 3.
Aw.
So...
Too kind.
So,
you're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
So
we're all breathtaking.
So you guys think about this. We spend a lot of time. We've made a lot of relationships, built a lot of relationships with friends online. Like us 3, we've built online relationships. I haven't met Burger in real life, but I've hung out with Tim in real life. I've hung out with like some of the other people I've met in real life. But also
we're gonna hang out again too, Sky.
Yeah, we are. It's gonna be all.
I got a media badge.
It's gonna be fun. Oh, I gotta apply for that, by the way. It's gonna be fun. But also when you think about these video games, we spend so much time with them. It kind of is like we're developing relationships from afar with these characters. So that's an interesting question: is who would, from video games that you've played, who would be your family? Like who would be your dad, your mom, and everything else?
76's dad.
So okay, go. So Tim, go ahead. Tell us who would be your mom, your dad, your siblings, your grandparents, whoever. Like what would you say?
Soldier 76 would be dad. Reaper would be that awkward uncle. Diva would be my waifu.
Okay.
I'm going very Overwatch here.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I see there's a theme.
Those are the easy
Wow, really?
ones. Those are the easy ones. Anna is Granny. Yup. Yeah. I mean, we could do a whole family out of Overwatch if we really wanted to. Just Overwatch. Diva's my waifu. Tracer's my waifu, albeit my lesbian waifu.
I know. I was like, wait a minute.
Tracer is the crazy aunt who owns 12 cats.
Yes.
This is my waifu. This is my waifu. the hair's my waifu.
Mercy's my waifu. Mercy's my side piece.
I mean,
all right. Well.
nope. I'm not touching this one. Nope.
Our Burger. Who? Okay. Well, so Tim, what about like grandparents? Who would be your grandparents, or
Who would be the grandparents?
Yeah.
So, that's a really good question. I'm trying to think. Like, I think Kratos would be grandpa.
Oh yeah.
Boy. Listen, boy.
That's all he says is boy.
Boy. You need to get better at hunting.
Just throws an axe at your face. Boy. Hey, what about grandma?
You know, that's a really good question. I don't know. Burger, do you have any ideas? You have any thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts on family?
Okay, so here's my family. I tried to kind of go across every game, you know, all these games I've played, and you know, this was kind of a hard thing to really do because you guys start thinking, okay, I started thinking, okay, what's my dad like? I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to think like who I think would be the perfect like mom, dad, and all that stuff. So I said Commander Shepard would be my dad from Mass Effect.
Male Commander Shepard.
Commander Shepard, my dad, because he's just amazing. You know, he's cool.
Dad Shep instead of Fem Shep.
Yeah. Dad Shep. Yeah, Dad
Shepard. This is my favorite son of the galaxy.
Laura Croft would be my mom. Laura Croft would be my mom.
That's a good one.
Just because
MILF.
So new Tomb Raider or old Tomb Raider Lara Croft?
I think new Tomb Raider is more deep. You know what I mean? Like, I think new Tomb Raider would be more of a cool mom because of her, you know, because of her adventures and stuff like that. Plus, she's rich as shit. So, you know, that would be kind of cool.
That always helps.
Yeah, that always helps a little bit. No, I just thought she'd be a cool mom. And my crazy, I pictured, I have a brother, but in real life, but I pictured like Mario and Luigi being my like really rambunctious twin brothers that just get into the shit all the time. You know, that are just those like, meh, you know, they just want to just fight, roll around, and play in pipes and, you know, all stuff all day.
It's me, Mario.
Just like jumps out at you and scares everybody. Throwing he just throws turtle shells at the dinner table. My sister would be Zelda.
Lara Croft's like, now Mario, don't bring your turtle shells to the table.
Now Mario, don't bring your turtle shells to the table. We can't do that.
Why is our party going at house, Mario? Mario?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
My sister would be Zelda.
What did you do with your brother?
He's under the table. Sorry, Mom. So Zelda would be my sister. My grandpa would be Sully from Uncharted.
Oh,
Did y'all ever play Uncharted?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sully was cool. He's just this cool grandpa that, you know, smokes a cigar all the time and wears like a Hawaiian shirt, you know.
Has a ton of stories.
Exactly. I've killed a man with my bare hands. You know, that sort of story.
Back in WW2, I killed 12 Nazis with my own shoelace.
Did he kill 50 men?
That's right.
He killed 50 men.
Grandma, okay, this was good. Grandma would be Gladys from Portal.
Oh, crazy. Psychotic grandmother.
Yes, because you know how your grandma eventually, like, you remember her being young, being sweet and stuff, but as she gets older, she just kind of goes off the deep end a little bit. Yeah. So Gladys would be, and then of course the wife would be Morrigan from Dragon Age.
So she sounds like Captain Janeway.
So you got big titty golf girls at your wife. I gotcha. Sky, I think we've been hitting way too much now. I think Sky, I need to hit it way too much now.
See, I knew y'all were gonna give me shit over that one. And I was really...
I'm going to give you shit for that one.
I was really proud of that choice, too, because I love her character anyway. So, yeah.
I've made a tell this guy that we're big titty goth girls, and...
All right, Burger. Oh, my voice is cracking. Sorry, guys. All right, Burger. Family. Give us some family members.
I want the dad from Pokemon. You don't really see him that much.
He's secretly a gym leader. You run into me, you're like, Dad?
No, no, but real talk. I'll take the mom Pokemon. She always calls you once in a while. It's kind of nice, and I never really had that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just gotten nice. She's always there rooting for you, bullshit, being proud of you. It's oh, thanks, Mom. This is actually what mother's love feels like from a video game.
Are you eating your vegetables and changing your underwear?
Although Mrs. Ketchum, what's up?
Okay, she can have my number if you know what I'm saying. I'll be the Mr. Mime to her Ketchum.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
As for Dad, y'all want a cool dad? Can I get 80 rigs from Brutal Legend? The straight up ride a chopper every 5 seconds and playing guitar. It's hey son, you want to go on a tour with me? Oh boy, thank you, rock and roll dad, yay!
Plus he looks just like Jack Black, which is even better.
And he sounds like Jack Black.
Looks and sounds like Jack Black.
Jables, good old Jables.
Good old Jables. I get to go see. I'm going to see Tenacious D here in October. I'm really excited.
I'm jealous.
It's gonna be so good.
Rub it in. Rub it in.
As for siblings, I just want to be a single child. Cause
Boom.
then my life is perfect.
Siblings are overrated.
They are. Sorry. As for grandparents, I don't know. I'd say Cranky Kong, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Cranky
Just
Kong.
because
Yes.
I want someone always grouchy all the time to yell at me. I'm not doing things right.
Yeah.
And as for grandma, not really sure. I'm trying to think about everything that's been going on, but it's I've been thinking about the whole time too since you post that question what's a grandma? And I don't know. I really couldn't think of anyone that can cooking mom be like grandma? Because I know she's made cookies and stuff like that.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, the disappointed Asian grandmother. You screw up the meal and she's like, "It's okay, Mama will fix it."
Yeah.
Everything's better.
And I know to get badass cookies. I want to cook. I'm sorry, Tim. I want to learn life skill my grandma. Screw me, right?
Oh. You make this beautiful gourmet meal. It's okay. Let Mama do it.
Thank you, Mama.
Thanks, I think.
Thanks, Mom.
Make me feel inadequate.
That's awesome.
Cooking Mama's a good choice.
I'm going to throw in something fun here. As an uncle, I want Bacchus as my uncle because
From
he's always
Smite?
drunk. Yeah, Bacchus from Smite because he's always drinking. It's
he's a total blood.
Oh, I love him. Drunk uncle for the win.
Box from Smite. That's awesome.
I mean, once my brain's here on half.
Yeah.
So, and
that's
as for waifu, can we just please have Miriam from Ritual of Night? If you haven't seen her, look her up.
What's her name?
Rena from Ritual of Night.
Bloodstained, right?
Oh yeah, Bloodstained. Oh, you know what I'm talking about right away. Oh, hello.
Well, I know what you're talking about, Burger, because it's an awesome game.
I think I could go like this. Oh, hello. How's it going today? Hi, my name is Burger. Nice to meet you. What's up? Anyway, it's on my screen now. See you.
You want to be my grandpa Cranky? Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
discussion.
I mean, yeah, please. But that would be my and my uncle Box. He'll get you drunk. as rock and roll dad rolls in from another tour.
Yeah, so I thought this was an interesting question because, the amount of time we do play with these video games, it almost is like we're kind of living through them, you know what I mean? So I think it's pretty cool. Miss SNES with a 3 for the E, thank you so much for that question.
Thank you.
You're awesome, and you are breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. Still one of my favorite gaming moments, I think.
100%. Always will be.
Is when Mr. Sark yells out, "You're breathtaking," and then doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
Doesn't miss a beat. And he's just like, "You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking." Oh, beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. It was so good.
Such a good time.
It was.
Each week we like to discuss the new or old games that we're playing, or what we like to call the games that are tickling our funny bits. So we're going to start with Burger. This is a chance for you to talk about the games that are tickling your funny bits or not tickling your funny bits, and let us know what you think. Burger, what is tickling your funny bits this week?
No Man's Sky has sucked my soul again for another goddamn time. And I thought I was done with this game. I thought, oh, next will be the last one. And this is the last time I put 50 hours to a game. And all of a sudden, Beyond comes out. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll get ready for the update. And I started playing it. And then the update came out. I was like, okay, the update's pretty, solid. It adds a lot more stuff to it. It adds a lot more skill trees. I love it. I think it's pretty good. I think everyone's going to try it. Nexus is big and vast. And they made stuff a little more... Some stuff more achievable, some stuff not. Like, building's, a little more harder. But if you don't build, screw it. And that's what's to my funny bits. And also, I'll say Downfly. I'm playing some Downwell. If you guys haven't heard that, it's on the Game Pass for Windows. And the simple kind of game, you just drop down, you shoot things in the back of the head, and you try to die.
Oh.
So it's kind of like a weird, falling down roguelike. And I'm like, okay. I'll give it a fuck with, yeah.
Is it 3D or is it side?
2D pixel art.
Gotcha.
Very minimal. You get the whites, blacks, reds, and this is pretty much this kind of chill game to lean back to. And it's okay, I'll never run.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tim, what's tickling your funny bits? What are you playing?
There's a list. I'll say Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is one of them.
Okay.
That just came out. I got to play it a little bit early thanks to Double Damage Games, and it's pretty cool. It's a space sim that's pretty arcadey. So it's a step removed from Elite Dangerous in terms of difficulty. So it's much easier to handle stuff. The systems are really nice and it's really beautiful. And I was kind of digging on it. And then I started playing Breath of the Wild, which is gorgeous. And I gave up on it when it first came out because it didn't click with me, but now it has, absolutely. And then WoW Classic. I played the stress test, and it is everything that I've been dreaming it to be since Cataclysm launched. So I'm very happy, very excited. I've reserved my 3 characters on the server Fairlina. We have a guild prepped and building in the ICT Discord, and we're gonna play together and have a good time. It'll be fun. So looking forward to that. That's really up there on my list. Besides that, the usual fare, Smite and Overwatch.
Cool.
Okay.
And for me, my funny bits have been tickled this week for sure. I finished Borderlands 2 for the first time. My first playthrough of Borderlands 2. I thought it was good. Way better than the first one. So much, way
much
more. I still don't know how I feel about looter shooters. I think I get bored with them real easy. But
I understand that.
I did find with Borderlands 2, I've been co-streaming it with Dr. Level Up. And so we've co-streamed Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 2 together. And if I was playing the game by myself, I probably would not like it at all. But because I'm playing with somebody,
why I quit.
It's perfect. The story, the character, they expanded a lot on the new, like a lot of the characters, you got to see, was it Tiny Tina, Ellie. So you got to expand on these characters quite a bit. I loved the characters. That was great. I think Handsome Jack is probably the best villain. Other than, what's his name from Far Cry 3? I think.
Yes.
I think Handsome Jack is one of the best villains of any video game I've ever played. It was just so good. His voice acting was just amazing. I thought I liked his character. Whoever wrote for him was really got me. I'm also got a few chapters left in Horizon Zero Dawn, which that is probably. I don't know how that game. Well, I do know how that game didn't get Game of the Year because Breath of the Wild got Game of the Year that year. But I definitely understand all the accolades and everything that game got. It's just absolutely. The writing in it is really good. It's probably one of my favorite games now. It's just amazing. Nice. And then, like Tim, I got my names locked for WoW Classic.
Did you get to play the stress test at all? Or?
I did not. I was actually pretty busy for the stress test, and I was going to rush home to kind of do it, but then I was like, you know what? I lived this. I'm just going to experience like I would have the first time. I reserved my names on 2 different servers. I'm going to be playing on the Herod PvP server. because a bunch of friends of mine were going to go back to like the PvP High Warlord Grand Marshal days and just kind of start wrecking face.
Nice.
So that's
very nice.
That's what's been tickling my funny bits. There's lots of games coming out. There's lots of games coming out here soon, and I think we're fixing to hit that season. You know, we're going to see a lot of cool stuff.
I wouldn't see you guys for a month because of WoW Classic. So
probably.
I expect Tim's beard to be like longer and full of Cheetos. I expect Skyrobi to quit his job, and
I still gotta work, yo.
Yeah,
I expect you to quit your job as well.
But I think okay. So here's what I think about, and Tim can probably agree with this because Tim was like me. We were both pretty addicted to a game, and it consumed a lot of our life. We both have that in common. And like he's mentioned before, there've been times where he'd just stay at home, and I would stay at home, and so anyway. So I think though, and I know now that I'm older and understand the power of that game. I think it's going to be more of I'll play it for a couple hours and I'm good. I'll play it for a couple hours, I'm good. Maybe the first week or so, I'm going to get up. But after that, I'm just going to be like, okay, it's just going to be kind of my side game that I'll play for a little bit. But I'm in no hurry.
It's going to be, because like right now, Overwatch is kind of that staple game for me where I play it like once a week for 4 or 5 hours a week or whatever. Probably WoW will end up being that. Like probably the first 2 weeks to a month, it'll be like a ton. And then after I start leveling up and getting up there, it'll slow down, and I'll play it on the side. I feel you.
I think that's what it would be. And even I don't even care about doing the high end raids. Like I really don't. I'll do them just to kind of experience them again. But I remember the torture. I remember trying to get 40 people together, and geez,
it's a pain.
So
it's a real pain.
And I remember not affording anything, not having an epic mount for, a month after I, hit level 60,
Getting an epic was actually a challenge.
It was a challenge, and it was, so I'm excited, but I'm guarded, I'm kind of guarding I'm not going to get full into it.
What I'm aiming for is I'm giving it the time because I'm hopeful they'll do Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, because Burning Crusade is when I really got into the game and when it really opened up for raids.
Yeah.
And if they said they'll investigate doing Wrath of the Lich King and Burning Crusade servers if this does well and sustains. So I don't know. I'm of the mind that because we'll have a guild and a group of us that'll play together, we'll do a lot of the dungeons that are 5-mans together. We might get together. There's I think 2 10-man dungeons. I think Blackrock Depths was a 10-man, and Black Fathom was maybe. I could be wrong there. It's been a while. And then
upper or lower Blackrock?
I think it was lower. It was 10 to start with, and then it became a 5-man after a certain point. And then do the 20-mans, which is Zul'Gurub, I think was the only one that was 20-man. And I probably will never see the 40-mans just because that's such an astronomical number of people to get together.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Like I'm not like my heart isn't set on that, but I really want to do that. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I lived the raiding stress, and
me too.
I mean, I was in a top tier raiding
led
guild.
Raids in Burning Crusade. Yeah.
Top tier raiding guild.
So
just can't do it anymore.
It's a lot of time, man. It's a lot of time and effort and dedication, and I don't know how much of that I got in me with having a stream and a family and friends and a life.
I just can't go back to it. I just don't want to. It's I don't know. For me, it's like I don't want to play old games. That's me.
And who knows? I might just play a couple months of it and just say, you know what? I got my couple months fix. I hit level 60. I'm good. I can cancel my subscription.
I've got a friend who's been looking forward to this as long as I have, and he said that he's probably only going to play it for like 2 weeks, and then he was like, I'll be happy. It's just the nostalgia I want to relive, and then I'll be done.
And that's fine.
Like,
$15.
That's fine. Like, you do you. Like, get your time out of it and enjoy it, because you're just paying the sub cost, and that's it. So
100%.
Don't even have to buy a game. So
So on August 27th, that will for sure be tickling our funny bits worldwide.
Oh yeah.
Be tickling the world's funny bits. So Perfect. This is typically in the end of every podcast. This is typically when everybody sells out. So Tim, sell it.
You can find me at InsertCoinTheater. You can find me on, and that's on Mixer. I'm exclusively on Mixer right now. I'm still on the fence about Twitch after all the shenanigans they pulled. And then you can find me on Twitter at InsertCoinTim. And then check out the company that I co-run called RetroFizz. It is a 24/7 live stream of geek culture and gaming goodness. You can find that on Mixer at RetroFizz. RetroFizz.tv is the website, and then on Twitter at RetroFizzTV, and it's all over the place. So please go check it out. We're really proud of it and really excited of where it's going, and love the heck out of it. I'm proud to be a part owner of it.
Okay, you can come find me at mixer.com/tapper. You can come follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/tapper. And you can come follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/tapper. Look at my beautiful cat who's right behind me live.
It says you're offline, actually.
Oh, the thing went down! Twice!
You're like, look at this cat live as you're offline.
Oh, God.
This is a whole different way of doing podcasting because live is so weird. It's so different.
Beautiful. It's a thing of, like, you can't script that. You can't script that. Look at the cat behind me live, offline.
And my name is Skyrobi. You can find me at mixer.com/Skyrobi or on the other social media such as Twitter or Instagram at Mr. Skyrobi. That does it, friends. Remember, our goal here at the Arcade Raiders podcast is to deliver our unique perspective into the video game world with random musings and discussions, mainly shenanigans. As always, we appreciate you until we see you next time. Enjoy playing those video games.